Welcome. In front of me is a Motorola G53, and today I'll show you how we can apply tempered glass to this phone. Now, with that being said, I'll be using tempered glass that is designed for a little bit of a different device. As you can see, this is for the Note 20 Ultra, but as I will dry fit it, just so you can see, this fits perfectly over this device. It's as though as Motorola is buying displays from Samsung. So anyway, just dry fit it just so you can see it. And there we go. Now there might be just a slight difference from what you have. Possibly you might have a hole punched camera in the tempered glass to accommodate for this one right here. I'll be sticking it in. It really doesn't change the quality of the photos, so it's not like I really care about that one. And it's just a little bit of a cleaner aesthetic, which I prefer anyway. Now, apart from the tempered glass in the box, you'll find foam, which I like to put my phone on it. There we go. And also this wet and dry wipe. Now, if you have one that looks like this, I recommend throwing them out. They're absolutely horrendous. Number one, the size of these wipes is just comical. And number two, as you can see, this is the wet one. So this is a wet wipe, which isn't wet. Now, if a wet wipe ain't wet, it kind of defeats the purpose of it. Now, just the size of this itself is already enough for me to grab something like a microfiber cloth, which is what I prefer to use generally. So if you have them, use something else like a microfiber cloth. You can even use a t-shirt, and it will probably do a better job than these pitiful little wipes. Now, if you have some other tempered glass that came with a little bit of a better wipes, for instance, something like this, where you have a little moist pad with alcohol and actual like microfiber cloth that comes with it, kind of like this one, then by all means use those. These work fantastically. But if you have this that I just showed you before, don't. Just throw it out straight away. And now with that being said, moving on to the glass itself, as you can see, I have just a number 1 to peel off right here. We will peel that off starting with 1. Some tempered glasses might have a number 2. Don't worry about that just yet. You'll always start with number 1, which will reveal a sticky side on the tempered glass, which then you will just plop it down like this. So with that being said, once you are ready to apply it, the way I apply it is I just grab the the tempered glass from both edges like this, and I apply it at an angle, so kind of like this. So the top of the tempered glass is already touching the display, while the bottom one is just simply lifted up, as you can see. This allows me to then, using this kind of pinch right here, feel the bezels of the phone and align it correctly from left and right side. And also with my right hand, I can pull it or push it to align it correctly at the top right here. So the spacing is just symmetrical. That is also one of the things that I'll mention right now, which is to dry fit it before you start applying it. This will give you an idea how far you need to push it up, so it's evenly spaced out from top and bottom. The sides don't really matter that much because you will be doing that with your index and your thumb by just pinching the actual glass and the bezels of the phone. So that should position the glass already in the middle, like it should be, with about even spacing from left and right side. And same thing, you will start lowering it down on the bottom, and with the same logic, pinch the display as well and the bezels of the phone, and just simply plop it down, and it should just settle in place correctly as it should be just positioned. So anyway, now that I kind of described how to apply the tempered glass, I'll just mention this is my way of applying it. It works really well for me. You can try to fiddle around if something just doesn't feel right to you. Additionally, if you try this and it just doesn't work for you, maybe it was just a little bit to one side, just shift it off a little bit wrong, you can always lift it up using fingernail. Just do it gently so you don't get any kind of dirt on there. Lift it up and you can fix it up if anything went wrong, which is also one of the things that you can do if when you applied you had like a for instance air bubble that's created itself under the display. You can lift it up to get rid of it if it's not getting pushed out, which sometimes happens. Now, that's out of the way, we can clean off our display. Get rid of all the dirt that is on your screen. Once you have that cleaned, you want to then make sure that there is no dust particles on the display. Now, dust will be probably the most important thing to get rid of, because it will create air bubbles that you won't be able to get rid of. Once your display is nice and clean, go straight to applying it, just so the dust can't settle in the meantime. There we go. Now it's not gluing itself just yet, so I'll need to apply a little bit of pressure. Whoops. Now, when you have some portions like this and this that didn't really go fully, didn't stick fully, you can just push them out, obviously. Shouldn't be much of a problem pushing these spots out. Now in here, there is actually a couple problems that I can see. So I'm going to touch upon those. They don't happen all the time, but sometimes they do. So as you can see, there's this white stuff right here. This is just compressed air. There's no dirt under there. It's just compressed air. It will come back as an air bubble. It just didn't get squeezed out correctly. And also I have some right here that doesn't want to get pushed out, and at the bottom. So I will actually lift this up gently. Get to this portion where I had the air, and I'll just start lowering it back down. And as you can see, right now it just went fully on there. The compressed air that was visible right here is now almost completely gone, unless that's dirt. Nope, I think that's just dirt. So yeah. Now the last part is right here, same as before. Oh, didn't go correctly. As you can see, it also created this kind of compressed air. So there we go. As you can see, no air bubbles anywhere. The tempered glass might be just a little bit dirty with like couple specks, a little bit of solution, some kind of liquid, just get it moist up and clean it off, and it should come off without much of a problem. But there we go, that is how you can apply tempered glass to your phone. And if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.